What is happening, ladies and gentlemen? We have got your Jumpin' Jack-o'-lantern circuit coming your way. All you're going to need is a pumpkin or just a gallon of water, whatever you've got close next to you. Just keep that going. First up, we have got your jumping jacks. Now remember, you can hop into this or you can step into this. Either way, folks, we want to keep this moving, kicking it off. You've got 27 seconds left of this one before we jump into your pumpkin V-up. Now remember, you can keep those elbows bent to lessen the stress, the strain on those shoulders if you find that's not for you. But if you want to up that intensity, go ahead and straighten out those arms. Keeping this going for 10 more seconds. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Alright, go ahead, grab hold of that weight, whether you're taking it to the ground or you are just keeping it standing there. Go ahead, bring that pumpkin up to those feet and meet that pumpkin halfway with those legs. The toes too far away, no worries, go ahead and reach for the shins. Shins too far away, reach for the knees. You just want to try and get those shoulders off the ground and keep it going from there. Now, if 2 legs is too much on the low back, you can go for the single leg action, or if you're not taking it to the ground, keep it standing with your good morning, hinging at the waist, coming on down, right back up again. You've got about 7 more seconds of these before we jump into your steel jacks, ladies and gents. Keep it going for 3, 2, 1. Putting that pumpkin down, you're going to swing those arms out wide, step those feet out. Now you can step into this, or you can hop. Now when it comes to any kind of jumping jack, you want to make sure that your feet do not go too much further out than your hip line. Here's a side view for you. You'll notice that I'm keeping my chest up, shoulders back throughout. The higher those arms, the more intense this exercise becomes. Remember, if your hands are too high, you can bend at the elbows and keep your hands in line with your shoulders to keep that pressure off of said shoulders. But keep this going for 10 more seconds, maybe even bump up that speed for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Next up, we've got your pumpkin iso lunge. So with this one, you're going to go ahead, drop down into that iso lunge, bring that pumpkin over the shoulder, and then drop it down to the opposite hip. Now you can let that knee rest on the ground if you find the iso lunge is a little too much, using that mat for that nice little soft feeling. But if you want to up the intensity, keep that knee off the ground or keep that leg straight in that deep lunge. You can always go for a split stance instead. Either way, keep it going for just 13 more seconds. I know it's an unlucky number, but we're getting spooky in here for this Halloween. Let's keep it going for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Alright, next up we've got your plank jacks. We're down on the ground, nice low plank. You want to go ahead, try to keep that chest up, core nice and tight, drawing that belly button in the spine. Now you can step those feet out or you can hop them out. Just try to keep those eyes out and in front of those knuckles. You don't want to be looking back towards your toes. That'll drive your hips up. Keeping your eyes out in front will force you to engage that core, but not dislodge it and drop those hips too low. Keeping this going for 14 more seconds, almost through. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Alright, you got 10 seconds before we go ahead and get that pumpkin hip bridge with that pullover. So you want to come down to the ground, drive those hips up, contract those glutes, bring that pumpkin up over that head. Maybe let it rest at the base if you feel so inclined. If you want to go ahead and bring it down to about the hip, that's cool too. Now, if you find that the hip bridge is too much, feel free to go ahead and drop it down and keep it right here. Another option, of course, is you can keep it standing and just go for that front plane raise, keep it right here, just like so. Chest up, core tight, bring it up all the way overhead. Make sure you drive those hips forward, roll those shoulders back for 2, 1. Alright, ladies and gents, we're back at the top with your jumping jack. So from here, you go ahead, you can step those feet up, you can hop, whatever works best for you, but remember to keep those feet only kicking out a little bit wider than hip width apart. Seconds, keep it moving. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Alright, go ahead, loosen it up, grabbing that pumpkin, taking it down to the ground for your pumpkin V-ups, ladies and gentlemen, pumpkin V-ups. Now this can be done while standing with just that good morning, holding that pumpkin close to the chest, or you can take it to the ground, reaching for those toes with that pumpkin, getting those heels off the ground, keeping them off the ground, and driving those hips into that mat. Let's keep this going for just 20 more seconds. Final 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Alright, coming on up, we've got your steel jack, ladies and gentlemen. Remember, swing those arms out wide and kick those feet out. Now you can step into this, you can hop into this. Just remember, the higher you keep those hands, the more intense it becomes, whether your arms are straight or not. Now remember, with straight arms, keeping your elbows in line with your wrists and elbows in line with your shoulders, this can make things a little intense. So feel free to bend at the elbows and swing those arms out and keep those hands in line with the shoulders. And remember, just because it's low impact does not mean it is slow impact. So keep it moving as quick as you can for the next 4 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Grabbing that pumpkin, ladies and gents, we've got your ISO lunge pumpkin chops. Make sure you hit the other side this time. Drop that knee as low as you can. If you need to let it rest on the floor, that's fine. Just make sure you're bringing it down to that downed knee's hip and then over that lead knee's shoulder and repeating from there. You can let that knee hover, and don't forget, if that's too much pressure but you still want to up that intensity from letting it rest on the ground, you can straighten that leg but still try to keep that posture perfect. Chest up, core tight. Draw that belly button into that spine. Keep it going for 4, 3, 2, 1. Alright, now we've got your plank jacks coming your way. Taking it down to the ground, nice low plank, resting on those forearms, pushing through those hands to keep those shoulders out of the mix here. You want to use that core. Now, if that hop is not for you, you can step into it. Just try to keep your eyes out and in front of you, down right in front of those fingertips. Now, this can be done from the knees, and the same thing can be said for doing it from the wall. Just keep this going for 13 more seconds. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Alright, ladies and gents, we've got your hip bridge pumpkin pullovers. So rolling on over, letting that low back, well actually no, pressing through those heels, getting that low back off the ground, bringing that pumpkin up as low as the hip and as high as overhead. Now remember, if you're not digging the hip bridge, say that's too much on the low back, you can drop your low back, still get the same action in here. The focus is chest, triceps, and shoulders with this exercise. The hip bridge, to be honest, is more of a bonus. Keeping that in mind, we want to keep this going for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Alright guys, last time through, we have got your jumping jacks, ladies and gents, your jumping jacks. So what's going to happen here? Reach those feet out, get those hands overhead. If you're not digging that hop, that step is more than welcome. Let's keep it going for just 25 more seconds. Final 7 seconds. Keep it going for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Alright, next up we have got your pumpkin V-up. So go ahead, grab a hold of that pumpkin. And remember, you want to reach for those toes and drive those heels. Flex your feet, toes to nose. Now the reason you flex your feet, this right here is going to engage your low hips as well, I should say your low abs and your hips. This will make your stabilization in those core exercises that much easier and keep everything engaged. Now remember the options. If you're on the ground and not digging both legs, you can go for the single. And if you're not taking it to the ground at all, you've got your pumpkin deadlift, hinging at the waist, coming on down, keeping it going for just 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Steel jacks coming your way. Put that pumpkin down. Remember, swing those arms out wide. Keep your feet right outside that hip line. Let's go. Kicking this off in 2, 1. Here it is. Now remember, you want to swing those arms out wide, and the more your shoulders, elbows, and wrists are in a line, the more intense it becomes for those shoulders. So if you bend at the elbows, that'll make things a little bit easier. But let's try to keep it to the beat for 15 more seconds. You're almost through. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Next up, we've got your iso lunge pumpkin chop. So make sure you grab that pumpkin, keeping it here out in front of you, coming down to that deep lunge. Make sure you keep that chest up as those knees drop towards the ground. "20 more seconds of this, ladies and gents, and we are all set. We're going to be heading into those plank jacks. Keep it going for 15. Keep it going for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Taking it down to the ground for your plank jacks, ladies and gentlemen. Plank jacks. Remember, nice low plank resting on those forearms. Now remember, if you're not on the ground, this can be done while standing with just those in and out quick feet, or you can step or hop into it, whatever works best. But for the actual exercise, you're going to go ahead, keep it in that low plank, kick the feet out, bring it back in for 20 seconds. Remember, this can be done from the knees as you tap that toe around the outside, around the outside. Keeping this going for 7 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Alright, you're going to go ahead, shake out those shoulders and those wrists. We're going to get right back to it. You've got that hip raise with that pullover. Here we go. Now remember, this can be done with your hips resting on the ground. You still want to keep those heels on the floor to work on that mobility. Bring that pumpkin right over the chest. Stop, bring it back. 7 seconds, keep it going for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Alright, we're back at the top of those jumping jacks. Swinging those arms up high, kicking those feet out just outside that hip line. Here we go, 31 seconds on the clock. Let's keep it moving. "15 seconds to go. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Alright, ladies and gents, next up we've got your pumpkin V up. So grabbing that pumpkin, taking it down to the ground. You're going to go ahead, flex those feet, reach for those toes, come on back down, and repeat from there. If that is not for you, remember, aim a little bit lower, whether it is the toes, the shins, or just that single leg action with that same lowered reach. Either way, folks, keep it moving, keep it going. Do that standing option if you like for that good morning. Chest up, core tight. Let's keep it going for 10 more seconds. 3, 2, 1. Done. Nice job, nice job. Next up, we've got your steel jacks. You can step those hands out. You can swing those arms out wide, whatever works best for you. Keep it moving for a little bit longer. Keeping it going for 20 more seconds. You're almost through. Step into it, hop into it. Keep it moving. Remember, folks, speed up if you can. Slow down if you have to. But don't stop. I repeat, don't stop. Keeping this going for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We've got that iso lunge pumpkin chop coming at you. Remember, drop to that knee. Keep that chest up. "25 seconds, folks, 25 seconds. 10 And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Alright, next up we've got your plank jacks, ladies and gents. Nice low plank, resting on those forearms. You want to come down into it, kick those feet out nice and wide, bring them back in. Remember, not digging the hop, you can go into that step. Let's kick this off in just a few seconds. In fact, we're already going. 23 seconds left on the clock. Let's go. You've got 13 seconds left, folks. Kick those feet out. Walk those feet out. Maybe get it done from the knees. Do what you got for this last set, best set effort. Here we go. Final 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Done. All right. Grabbing that pumpkin. We've got your hip bridge with a pumpkin pullover. So go ahead. Grabbing that pumpkin. This can be done while standing with that raise right out in that frontal plane, right across that field of vision, right in front of it. If you're not digging that and you still want to take it to the ground, you're more than welcome. Let's keep it going. Keep those hips up. Drive through those heels. Bring that weight or that kettlebell or that dumbbell or those pumpkins coming up right over that chest for 10 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Alright, ladies and gents, you are all set. Now, go ahead, get yourself that drink of water, but remember, when it comes to drinking water between sets, you never want to chug too much. You want to go ahead and maybe get 2 sips, but something else to keep in mind is you want to keep it standing. Your shoulders roll back. This is going to help you breathe that much better. Let's keep it going. Alright folks, so for the final 10 seconds, just so you guys know, we have your crisscross jack. You want to swing those arms out wide, cross those feet in front. You can step into it, or you can hop into it, whatever works best for you. Keep your chest up and core nice and tight. We're going to be kicking this off in 2, 1, let's see them. Keeping it going for 10 seconds, and then you're going to want to grab that pumpkin, that gallon of jug, or whatever the case may be. Kicking this up in 3, 2, 1. Alright, you've got your pumpkin bent over single leg row. Now this can be done in a split stance, but honestly you want to drive that heel back, keep that front knee nice and soft as you row it into the chest. Now, eyes out in front of you, chest up, and remember, you want to row no matter where you are. So keep that chest up, eyes on me. You'll notice I have more of a split stance and slowly raising the leg, getting deeper into that single leg deadlift so I can get that deep row in there. Keeping this going for 10 more seconds. We're almost through. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Done. Alright folks, we've got your push-up jack. So with this one, you're going to come on down to the ground, plant those hands, kick the feet out as you drop that chest to the floor. Now if that's not for you, feel free to step your feet out and get that push-up in. Or maybe the push-up's not for you today, feel free to go ahead and sit to a classic high plank jack. Go ahead, rep them out. You've only got 20 seconds left. Now's your chance to go ham. Let's keep it going for 15 more seconds. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Alright, next up we've got a squat with a rotational overhead pumpkin swing. So you're going to grab that pumpkin from the bottom and top, get that rotation out of that squat, basically a reverse splash. Here we go, 28 seconds left on the clock, 31 seconds already started. Let's keep it moving, keep it going. Feel free to follow that pumpkin with the eyes, and the straighter those arms, the more intense it is. So if you find that it's not for you, just bring the pumpkin up to the shoulder and right back down again. Final 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Alright, we've got your scissor jack. So put that pumpkin down, get those hands overhead, kick 1 foot out in front and 1 foot out behind. You'll meet in the middle if you need to. Now if you find that's not for you, feel free to step into it just like I just did. Otherwise, keep those heel jacks going for 20 seconds, folks. 20 seconds. We're almost through. Final 10 seconds. Final 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Alright, now we've got your pumpkin prone reach. So you're going to grab that pumpkin. Hopefully you can hold this in one hand. You're going to come on down to the ground, and you're going to go ahead, and as you kick out one leg, you're going to drive that opposite arm out, but you're going to hold the pumpkin as you do this. Just like so. "20 seconds on the clock. Final 10 seconds, folks. Final 10 seconds. Now you can always just go ahead and drive the heels out, keep that weight over your chest and skip it all together, or maybe drive one leg out and reach up and close. Keeping this going, we're going to come on up to the top with your crisscross jacks. And remember, just like with all jacks, ladies and gents, you do not want your feet kicked out too much wider than your hips are. This right here will help with getting that crisscross action. Keep that chest up, swinging those arms, looking good, looking good. Final 10 seconds. And 4, 3, 2, 1. Alright, we've got your bent over split stance pumpkin row. Now remember, with that split stance, whichever leg had most of your weight on it, you want to make sure you're not using that leg again. Here I am on the opposite side, rowing that pumpkin right into the chest. Now it could be a pumpkin, it could be a weight, it could be a gallon jug, it could be one of your pets. Who cares? I chose a pumpkin because Halloween, it might quite possibly be my favorite season. Let's keep it going. Drive that heel back as we reach down with that kettle, with that weight, and row it into that sternum. Keeping it going for 10 more seconds, and then we've got your push-up jack. Keeping this going for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Done. Push-up jacks coming at you. Push-up jacks coming at you. Now remember, drop your chest, keep the feet out. You can get that pace in there, keeping it going. Not digging that. Remember, just like during the last round, you can go ahead, keep it standing with that in and out with those feet. Keeping it going. 15 seconds on the clock. We're almost done. Final 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Done. Alright, we've got that spot with that rotational swing, with that overhead action, grabbing that pumpkin, that weight, whatever the case is that you have. You want to go ahead, squat down, bringing it down to the knee, swinging it up over that shoulder, just like so. Just like that iso lunge, but this time we're getting a squat in there. Now, you can follow that weight with the eyes, or you can keep your eyes down in front of you. Either way, you want to try to keep that chest up, core nice and tight, and those feet flat as you squat down, and then maybe get that pivot at the top and turn that outside leg as you rotate in. Keeping this going for 7 more seconds, and 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Alright, scissor jacks coming your way. 1 foot out in front, 1 foot out behind you, getting those hands overhead. Here we go. Now remember, you can step into this as well, but remember, just because it's low interest does not mean just because it is low impact does not mean it is slow impact. Keeping this going for 15 more seconds. Final 10. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Next up, we've got your prone reach with that pumpkin, grabbing that pumpkin, that weight, whatever you're using. You're and take it down to the ground. Now, if you're standing, you can go for that single arm overhead press. Hit one side, switch hands, hit the other side. Try to keep your feet nice and wide as you do this. Repping it out, working one shoulder at a time. Otherwise, we are down on the ground, reaching one hand out and driving the opposite knee, and repeating on the opposite side, keeping this going for 15 more seconds. 7 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Alright, you've got your crisscross jacks coming at you. We're back at the top. Remember, you want to swing those arms out wide and only step your feet out as wide as the hips, maybe a little bit wider, nothing too crazy. Here we go. 31 seconds on the clock. Let's keep it moving. Remember, if this bothers the shoulders, bend those elbows. Keep your hands in line with your shoulders, and that is the most important thing. Whether you are actually getting that hop in there, whether you're stepping into it, keep this going for 9 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Alright, here we go with those bent over single leg or split stance pumpkin row. Coming at you in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hinging at the waist as we drive that heel back, rolling into the sternum, keeping it going. Guess what, folks? You've only got 15 seconds left of this. And remember, if you're not getting that bent over action, you can go for that curl. This right here will hit a lot of the same muscles, but not nearly as intensely. And this right here is the actual classic. Keep it going for 3, 2, 1. Push-up jacks, ladies and gents. Push-up jacks coming at you, coming down to the ground. Remember, you can keep it standing with those in and out feet. But if you want to get that full intensity, work that chest as well. Come down into that nice high plank. You can kick the feet out and skip the push-up, or you can step it out at the knee, and then maybe even get that kneeling push-up instead. But otherwise, you're going to kick those feet out. This will take some of the pressure off of that upper body and still allow you to get a full-blown push-up in. Let's keep it going for 13 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Alright, here comes that squat with that rotational overhead pumpkin swing. Now remember, you come down to the hip, follow with your eyes overhead, eyes in the clouds. Let's see it coming on up, just like so. Now, hit whatever side you didn't before. I apparently got mixed up myself. Don't you worry about it. 25 seconds on the clock. Let's keep it moving. Final 10 seconds, folks. Final 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Next up, we've got your scissor jacks. So go ahead, keep it standing. You can reach those hands up as you tap that foot behind you. Keeping this going for a few more seconds, 20 seconds to be exact. Final 10, keep it moving. Remember, the more you keep in line with your shoulders, the more intense this becomes. Keep it going for 3, 2, 1. Alright, pumpkin prone reach, ladies and gentlemen. Grabbing that pumpkin or whatever weight you got. You want to go ahead, reach out with one hand and drive the opposite heel, just like so. More than halfway through, folks. Let's keep it going. Final 10 seconds, sneaking up on you. Remember, if you're not doing this, you can take it down to the ground with that single arm press, alternating sides, but keep it going for 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, ladies and gents, this is our last time through. We've got your crisscross jack. So keeping that chest up, core nice and tight. You want to swing those arms out wide, kick those feet out, and bring it all home. Here we go. 30 seconds on the clock. 20 seconds. That means we are 10 seconds down, more than 10 seconds down. Let's keep it moving. Chest up, shoulders back, kicking those feet across that center line. Keeping this going for 7 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Alright, next up we've got that split stance, bent over row. Now remember, this can be done at home with some extra equipment. Otherwise, you can go ahead and use that classic pumpkin if you've got it. Hinge at the waist, pull it out. Keep this going, keep it going, rep it out. You can do this with one hand, keeping it moving for 15 seconds, almost there. Final 10. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Done. Next up, we've got your push-up jack, taking it down to the ground, nice high plank, feet out to the sides, or maybe you've got them connected to the start. Either way, you can get this done with that standing in and out legs, or you can take it down to the ground, kick those feet out, keeping it high plank. You want to up that intensity, come down into that push-up, keeping it going, rep it out for 20 seconds. 10 seconds to go. And 4, 3, 2, 1. Alright folks, here we go with that squat to rotational overhead swing with that pumpkin or whatever weight you've got. Come down, bring it down to that hip, come on up, bring it over to the opposite shoulder. Final 15 seconds, ladies and gents, final 15 seconds. Keep it going. Follow that pumpkin, that weight, whatever it is you're using with the eyes as you rotate into this. This will also help with that torso rotation and that activation of those lats. Keep it going for 3, 2, 1. We've got your scissor jacks coming at you, putting those planks, putting that weight down. Reach up, kick one leg out behind, one leg out in front. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. All right. Looking good out there, looking good out there. Let it burn. 25 seconds. 25 seconds. We're almost done. Here we go. Final 15. You're almost there. 10 seconds to go. Keep it moving. Hop into it, step into it. Keep it moving for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Done. Pumpkin prone reach, ladies and gentlemen, taking it down to the ground, grabbing that weight, reaching out with the one hand, holding it, and kicking out the opposite leg. Let's keep it going. 31 seconds to go. More than halfway through, let's keep it moving. Final 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Done. Nice job, ladies and gents. Nice job. Alright. Thank you guys so much for tuning in and making time for you today. If you like what you saw, don't forget to like and subscribe right here on YouTube. And if you guys want to see the method behind the fitness for most of my superhero workouts, don't forget to go ahead and tune in on my podcast on Nerd Coaching on Anchor.fm, Spotify, or wherever you listen to your podcast. With that said, folks, shout out to you for making time for you today. And remember, slow down if you have to, speed up if you can, but never, ever